I don't usually make videos this early when my character is only level 45, but some people were interested in my character as I was streaming, and I just barely got past Act 3. I'm probably going to be taking the new content at a slower pace because I want to listen to the dialogue and just admire the new areas and monsters. I also am a little bit busy tomorrow, so that's why I'm making this video now. It seems to be a pretty good league starter, so let me show you what that looks like. I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer that Deadeye is good, and Hollow Palm has surprisingly been really nice. But yeah, this is more or less what this character looks like. You get to run very quickly. Single target, as you can see, is pretty good. And the clear is just fantastic. I'll just go ahead and clear a pack or two more. Oh, there's a rare here. There we go. Oh, Desert Burn is nice. Oh. You can pop them either with your Ice Strike or with Wind Blast. I'm trying to get Wind Blast to be a one-shot so that it's a lot easier to just one-tap screens, but it's not quite there yet. Yeah, there you go. And then like the mark will hop into the next target, and then you get to pop that one as well. So that's more or less what the character looks like. I started this character as a two-handed mace build because I dropped a very nice two-handed mace, and even though I was just skilling through these attribute nodes, the damage was more or less alright. It was a little bit rough until I started scaling actual attack damage. So what I did was go through here, get attack damage, go up here, get more attack damage, go over here, pick up more attack damage. Didn't take this one because it's full life, which you can't really do early game. And then I just went down to Hollow Palm. So until I got all of this, I was level 22, and I had killed the snake at Keth, which gives you +2 passives. So that's when you want to make the swap. Once you do that, you're going to be lacking attack speed, so you want to start picking up your attack speed nodes here, here, and here. This Keen Extra is Cold will enable you to freeze and shatter things alike, so it's also very valuable. Only then did I start stretching down this route, which is more or less where I'm at. I'll show you what my plans are for late game, and I don't know if where this character will end up. I might make a follow-up for it once I'm done, or I might not. So that's why I'm doing this as well right now. As far as the gear goes, I'm mostly using evasion gear wherever possible, and that's because the way Hollow Palm technique works is you get 1 more attack speed per 25 evasion. So even if you get a good bit of more attack speed, that multiplies nicely with all the increased attack speed that you're getting on the tree. But if you were to get Energy Shield, you would get very little base crit chance per 10 Energy Shield on your gear. Maybe later into the end game, once you get a very nice amount of Energy Shield on your gear, the base crit that you're getting will add up to a nice amount. Subsequently, you can start skilling into the crit chance nodes that you have nearby, but for the sake of leveling, you should try to go pure evasion. Another worthwhile thing to show is that my gloves luckily got +1 to all melee skills, because usually if you get plus gem level for attacks, it's on your weapons, but since you're going Hollow Palm technique, you can't get that. So your only sources are either gloves or maybe your amulet. So that's worth noting. Then there's another gimmick here where it seems like Hollow Palm technique is not calculating the stats accurately. I've had issues where if you look into your crit chance, I don't know why it's displaying 6.03. Do I have any energy shield here? Yeah, I got some energy shield here. Okay, so I've had it before where I would equip an item with energy shield, and it would go from 5.8 down to 5.5. So I don't know what's up with that. And similarly, like, this helmet has 48 evasion. This one has 136. But then when I equip it, my DPS goes from 3097. Oh, now it's going up. Okay, that's weird. There's some sort of display bug, because previously it was diminishing my damage. And it was even stranger, because I wouldn't understand why my damage was going down. So I would outright remove my helmet, and I would see my damage go from 3000 without a helmet down to 2700 or something. So do be wary about that. The tooltip DPS is not working perfectly accurately for the time being. Now, as far as the Ascendancy mechanics, which are a little bit strange, it's all about getting called shots. Called shots applies the socketed mark, which we're using freezing mark, to nearby unmarked enemies every 5 seconds. Now, the wording on that would have you believe that it would count down to 5, and then it would apply to anything in range, and then it would count down to 5 again. But for some reason, it seems like it works more like a cooldown. Because, let me see, let's go to some random monster and kill it. So it applies the mark, and then it goes down on cooldown. And then once this trickles down to 0, you get this buff. The next time that you walk in range, it'll apply the mark. So yeah, it's closer to like Wind Dancer or Ghost Shroud, for that matter. And to add up on that, it's pretty odd that it doesn't have the cooldown tag. Another thing that it does is when it consumes the mark that it applied, it'll reapply to another nearby unmarked enemy. And then that reapplication can happen at 0.5 seconds at most. So that also kind of feels like a cooldown, but there's no cooldown tag. However, when you try to support this, under the recommended gems or called shots, it recommends cooldown recovery. I've gone ahead and gotten a cooldown recovery gem, but you're not able to socket it into it, because this says that it supports skills with cooldowns, and then this apparently doesn't have a cooldown, so there's something very strange going on there. So yeah, basically what we're doing is we're walking up, we're applying our mark that we have stacked and prepared, and then we're focusing the target that gets the mark so that everything explodes. And then the mark gets transferred to another nearby enemy.
An easy trophy.
Not only that, but the explosions deal cold damage. So then you end up shattering, and to my surprise, even though this requires a martial weapon, because I was afraid using Hollow Palm technique would not allow me to use Herald of Ice, it turns out it does. The wording is a little bit strange, but I guess it makes sense, because it says, can attack as though using a quarterstaff. And, oh, it doesn't even mention it doesn't even mention anything about the actual skills. So yeah, it does work, and it does count it as a martial weapon. Go figure. Anything else to mention about called shots? I think that'll be it. Yeah. So it's 4 meters around you. It takes a little bit to load, and then you just kill it. So it's not an endlessly proliferating effect. It's got its cooldowns, and you kind of have to wait before initiating. But yeah, that's mostly it. As far as the skills that I'm using, I'm currently using called shots with freezing mark, larger area of effect, and more cold damage. Ice Strike is what I'm using for single target, and occasionally I use it to detonate the marks as well. You want rapid attacks because you want to lead your combo to the last strike. The last strike deals substantially more damage. Rage, because it's a more multiplier and you're attacking quickly, so that's a nice way to keep it up. It would be nice if you would get a jewel with rage generation and then you could swap this. And then more cold damage. This was the first skill that I took to 3 sockets, but then I didn't vol it because I wouldn't afford to lose my 3 socket. I got lucky and I volled my Wind Blast, which is why it has 3 sockets here, which is supported by cold attunement. I put Ice Bite. It's not quite there, but whenever it triggers, then you're able to comfortably one-shot with Ice Blast, or I mean with Wind Blast. And then the third socket is Conk Effect. It reduces the AoE a good chunk, but it's the only way to get more damage that will apply to both the physical portion and the cold portion. So that's why I went with that. And you only really need to detonate the marked target, which has to walk within 4 meters, so it's more or less fine. Tempest Bell for your bossing, and rares, I guess. Cold attunement and durability, so that you can hit it more. Sometimes you have to land the bell and then roll a little bit to place yourself properly where your ice strikes are hitting both the bell and the target, but it's great, so yeah, no problems there. Herald of Ice, that's the first spirit gem that I got. Primal Armaments and increased area of effect. Then after finishing Act 3, I got Wind Dancer with cold attunement and magnified area, because again, you're mostly focusing on evasion on your gear. And the only reason I have Ghost Dance already is because I crafted this really nice body armor, which I'm not sure when I'm going to replace this. Like, it's a bit of a bummer that it's level 33, so the evasion rating isn't very high. But perhaps this is going to be the endgame evasion body armor that I'll use until I swap into hybrid with evasion energy shield. So that's as far as we go here. I also have like Killing Palm in case I want a cull, but I haven't bothered supporting it, and I haven't bothered leveling it up. You can mostly use it, like go ahead without using it. Staggering Palm is kind of the same. It gives you the added buff for projectiles, but I barely ever use it. This is mostly a carryover from when I was playing two-handed maces, but it kind of does work here as well, so I don't know. You mostly don't need anything from here below, though. Now, as far as the future plans, I'm considering using maybe Flicker Strike. It's still going to take me a few levels to get there, but if we compare this level 10 gem, Flicker Strike has 199 multiplier, whereas Wind Blast has 163, so it might be more consistent for one-shotting. And since we're only targeting the marked target, it might blow up and then everything will follow through. Or it might be a little bit weird to properly target the monster that you want to hit, so I don't know, I'll have to try it out. There's also this case where you can use power charges to get more strikes, and since we're playing cold, we could use they've changed the name. Combat Frenzy, is it? Yeah. Oh, they haven't changed the name. Okay, so we could use Combat Frenzy to generate frenzy charges, and then we're nearby Resonance, so we can turn them into power charges to improve the Flicker Strike. But if Flicker Strike isn't good, then you don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. So the passive tree. This isn't exactly like my plan. I'm not going to be getting to 123, obviously, but it's mostly me laying down a skeleton and then signaling which clusters nearby I find worthwhile. So you've mostly seen already everything here. We're probably going to be going evasion energy shields, so these clusters are good. I'm probably going to need more than those, but I'll see. I'll fine-tune and problem fix as I go. Then you want the crit chance, crit chance. I'm not sure if I'll take this crit cluster, but I definitely want to stretch down here for this node since it gives you physical taken as elemental, which ends up being another reliable source of mitigation. And while we're on that topic, I plan on getting a lot of this evasion rating converted to deflection rating, because getting 40% physical mitigation is just way too good. It's arguably better than armor. There's some damage while affected by heralds, more of the deflection rating, more deflection rating over here, and then some more crit chance. There might be a few other nodes nearby that could be worth considering. For instance, there's some more evasion rating here. There's some more evasion rating here as well. And then if you're struggling to sustain your mana, you're right there for 2% recovered mana on kill. So yeah, that's more or less where this character is going. And as far as Ascendancy, your second one is Tailwind, and if you go for the third one, you can get even more mitigation for Tailwind, which synergizes with the whole evasion scaling. Fourth one, I'm not sure. You're not using projectiles, so you can't go here. I don't think this works with Resonance, because chance when you gain a Frenzy charge, you're not going to be gaining Frenzy charges because they'll be converted to power charges, so this probably can't work either. So your only other option for a fourth Ascendancy would be this one. So yeah, there you go. In case you haven't decided what to begin with, or you're just barely starting your character, or you want to respec your Deadeye into something else, I'll leave you here with this idea. I hope you guys are having a very nice league start, and have a very nice weekend. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you around.